Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different. We're pulling back the curtain on what was really buzzing on X, the platform, on July 31st, 2025.
Yeah, and our source material for this is pretty cool. It's an internal document from something called Daily Vibe Casting. Basically, it tracked the big posts and, importantly, the context behind them.
Exactly. So our mission today is to go beyond just that quick scroll. We want to dig into the important nuggets, those surprising facts, maybe the bigger picture stuff you'd miss otherwise.
Right. Why did these things grab attention? And what do they, really tell us about where things are at?
Okay, let's jump right in. Section 1. Cultural echoes and enduring legacies. First up, a bit of magic, actually. @PopCrave posted a huge happy birthday to Harry Potter. 45 years old.
45. Wow, that makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Tell me about it. Apparently, J.K. Rowling set that birth date way back in 2004, and it's just become this massive fan tradition.
Yeah, but what's fascinating here, I think, is how this pop culture thing sparks something deeper, like a philosophical question almost.
Really? How so?
Well, the source dog mentioned a user at Homo Mortalis, which, immortal human kind of echoes Marvel's Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
And their post asked, can we outrun it? Talking about aging, mortality.
Yeah.
It really taps into this cultural fascination we seem to have right now with longevity.
Ah, I see the connection. So Potter's birthday leads to thoughts about living forever.
Sort of, yeah. It connects to real research, too. There was that 2019 study in Nature Aging about how time feels faster as we get older. And remember that metformin trial in the Lancet?
Vaguely.
The mouse study, that's the one. It extended healthy lifespan in mice by 15%. That kind of stuff fuels these very real debates about, pushing human limits, immortality even.
Wild. From a fictional birthday to real science.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sticking with human experience, but maybe something tougher. At History, Inives Memes shared a really intense moment from figure skating.
Oh, I think I know the one you mean. Jessica Dubé.
Yeah, the 2007 Four Continents Championships. Her partner, Bryce Davison, accidentally slashed her face with a skate blade. Horrific.
Just awful. 83 stitches, wasn't it? But incredibly, it missed her eye, missed the bone.
Thank goodness. But the resilience. That's the story here, right?
Absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, both skaters got therapy for PTSD, which you'd expect, but they were back competing within a month.
A month after that.
A month. And they went on to get a bronze at the Worlds in 2008. Jessica kept skating until 2013, retired due to a foot injury, then went into coaching, got married, had kids.
Wow.
Yeah, she turned that scar into, a symbol of strength. It just shows you the power of human resilience, how people can face adversity and come through.
Truly incredible story. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Something maybe a little lighter, but still challenging norms.
Mm-hmm.
At Film Updates, posted this fun photo shoot.
Oh, the Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson one.
That's it. For You magazine, it's promoting their movie, The Naked Gun Reboot, where they're love interests. And apparently, it taps into some real-life dating rumors from July.
Yeah, and this raises a really important question, I think, about Hollywood. How often do you see stars in their late 50s and, 70s?
Neeson's in his 70s, yeah.
Right. How often do you see them paired romantically in a big movie? It kind of defies those usual industry norms, doesn't it?
It really does. Usually, the older guy gets a much younger co-star.
Exactly. There was that USC Annenberg study in 2023 found only 8% of top films had leads over 50. So this pairing, it's actually pretty significant. And maybe good marketing, too, playing on those rumors. A bit refreshing, maybe.
Definitely feels different. Okay, speaking of public image,
right.
At Cobra Tate, Andrew Tate, he posted his Breakfast of Champions.
Ah, yes. Saw that. Very on brand.
Totally. Luxurious outdoor setting, ocean view, eggs, fruit, coffee, and cigars, notably. Fits that whole opulence image he projects.
Right. And Tate's known for liking his cigars, often high-end historical ones. But what's fascinating here is the breakfast part.
What about it?
Well, there's that old Reddit copy pasta from 2022 where he basically trashes breakfast. Said it breeds arrogance and laziness, remember?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. So he's having breakfast now.
Apparently. Or at least he's posting about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows maybe a shift in his public persona, or at least a change of heart about the most important meal. Even breakfast can be strategic online, seems like.
Everything's content, right? Okay, let's move into the digital frontier and how it's hitting the real world. Big news from Elon Musk today.
Well, let me guess. Tesla.
You got it. Announcing you can now ride-hail a Tesla in the San Francisco Bay Area. That's in addition to Austin. Launched today, July 31st.
Okay, let's unpack this, though, because the key detail, the really important bit, is that this is with human drivers, right?
Oh, right. Not the robo-taxis he's always talking about.
Exactly. And that's mostly because of regulations. California CPUC, the Utilities Commission, they still require a human behind the wheel for this stuff.
So it kind of contradicts his claims about robo-taxis being imminent?
Well, yeah. As analyses pointed out earlier in 2025, there are still hurdles. That 2023 study, I think it was in the Journal of Autonomous Vehicles, found only like 2% of systems tested actually met level 4 autonomy.
Level 4 being fully autonomous in most conditions.
Right. So, look, it's progress for Tesla's ride-hailing, sure. But it's not quite the driverless future. Not yet. Still need people.
Gotcha. Human drivers for now. Okay. Sticking with the internet. At Unusual Whales posted something kind of alarming. They claimed bots now make up over half of all global internet traffic.
Yeah, saw that one. Based on a Fortune report, apparently. It's a huge number.
Half. Is that even possible?
Well, it lines up with other research. Imperva's 2024 threat report found nearly 50% of traffic was non-human, and like a third of that was bad bots doing malicious stuff. So it seems to be escalating fast.
So the dead internet theory people talk about, is it real?
Yeah, the replies mention that. The idea that it's mostly bots talking to bots now. Look, bot activity is definitely significant. Huge implications for AI training, cybersecurity, data scraping, all that.
But is the whole internet dead?
Probably not quite like the conspiracy theory suggests. A 2021 cybersecurity study said, while bots are a big issue, there wasn't strong evidence for a fully orchestrated death. But still, it raises massive questions, right?
Totally. Like, what does this mean for trust online? How do you know what's real anymore?
Exactly. A huge challenge. Okay. Shifting from the digital ground to the sky, space, at SpaceX, posted about launching Crew 11.
Right. Falcon 9, Dragon capsule, heading to the space station, scheduled for today, July 31st. They did the static fire test a couple of days ago, so it looked ready.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Crew 11 is the 19th crewed orbital flight for Crew Dragon. 19th.
Wow, that many already.
Yeah, think about it. Their first crewed flight was only in 2020. They have just ramped up incredibly fast, really cementing their role in human spaceflight.
And launching from Pad 39A, the historic one.
Exactly. Apollo, shuttle, and now SpaceX. It just shows this massive shift, away from purely government space programs towards these commercial partnerships. NASA's own data shows SpaceX has done over 300 Falcon 9 launches, 98% success rate.
That's incredible reliability.
It really is. They're seriously challenging the old guard aerospace companies. It's a whole new era for space, driven by companies like them.
Amazing progress. Okay, let's bring it back down to Earth. Section 3, shifting perceptions and societal debates. Cosmetic surgery is always a hot topic.
Seems like it.
We saw 2 posts today really critical of buccal fat removal. The surgery to thin your cheeks. One from Eder Intellectus, another from Ed Kang-Min-Lee.
Right, and that's been in the news because of Jenna Ortega, hasn't it? Her appearance at the Wednesday Season 2 premiere yesterday sparked a lot of chatter.
Exactly. People speculating if she'd had it done. But these posts were really warning against it.
Yeah, and there are emerging concerns. What's fascinating here is the data coming out. One 2024 study found 25% of patients had complications asymmetry or looking older faster.
Yeah, 25%. That's quite high.
It is. And another study in the Journal of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery found it can cause long-term volume loss as you age naturally. You can end up looking kind of gaunt, and it might be irreversible.
Yikes. That sounds permanent.
Right. And it contrasts with this other cultural trend, doesn't it? Like Pamela Anderson going minimalist with makeup, the move towards more natural beauty.
Good point. So conflicting trends.
Exactly. Plus you have the whole Ozempic face thing and the plastic surgeons reporting this big 40% jump in surgeries for people on those weight loss drugs. It's complex. What defines beauty now, and what are the long-term costs of chasing trends?
Lots to think about there.
Yeah.
Okay, changing gears again. Section 4. The Political and Economic Barometer. Some worrying numbers posted by @RPS against Trump.
Economic data.
Yeah. U.S. job cuts for July 2025. Over 62,000 announced. That's up 29% from June and up a huge 140% from last July.
Oof. That's a big jump year over year.
And the year-to-date total is apparently over 800,000 layoffs.
Yeah.
Highest since the COVID crash in 2020.
Okay, so let's look at the context here. Staying neutral. That data generally aligns with what trackers like Challenger, Gray, and Christmas report. Now, the source itself connects these numbers to a couple of things.
Right. It mentioned potential economic strain possibly linked to Trump's tariff policies.
Yes, citing research suggesting a GDP hit in affected areas, and also mass federal layoffs, nearly 300,000 since January, according to the source.
So the source argues this challenges that golden age rhetoric.
That seems to be the implication, yeah. Pointing to trading economics data suggesting private sector hiring was pretty stagnant, masked by temporary government jobs. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it just underlines how complex economic data is, right?
Definitely, and how it gets woven into political narratives.
Exactly. It's rarely straightforward. Numbers can tell different stories depending on how you frame them.
Very true. Okay, from the economy to political figures themselves. 2 posts about Kamala Harris today. First, at Kamala Harris herself announced a new book.
Oh, yeah. What's it about?
It's called 107 Days. Apparently, it details her experience leading the, quote, shortest presidential campaign in modern history, July 21st to November 5th, 2024, coming out this September.
Interesting timing. And the second post.
From @PopBase, announcing she's going to be on Stephen Colbert's Late Show tonight.
Okay. So book promo, maybe. Look, this raises an important question, again staying neutral, about how political figures navigate the media landscape after holding high office, especially after an election loss.
Right. She left the VP office in January 2025 after the 2024 loss.
Exactly. The source document notes this sense of public, maybe disinterest in the Colbert appearance. And it ties that to the general decline in late-night viewership. Colbert's ratings are apparently down significantly since 2020.
So is late night still an effective platform?
That's the question. Exit polls in 2024 did suggest some voter fatigue, and there was that NBER study suggesting late-night shows don't really sway undecided voters much anyway. So it makes you wonder about the strategy, right? How do political figures shape their narrative in today's media world?
Yeah, the old playbook might not work the same way. Okay, next up, a different media figure. @MilloLovesJoe highlighted a TikTok video from Chris Cuomo.
Cuomo. What's he saying now?
Well, apparently admitting he's been wrong about basically everything. Politics, people, judgments, the works.
Wow. That's quite the admission, especially given his history.
Yeah, the CNN firing, the stuff with his brother Andrew. It's all part of the backdrop. So what does this mean?
Well, again, neutrally, it comes as he's hosting on News Nation, trying to position himself as more centrist. So you could see it as a strategic pivot, maybe, an attempt to rebuild trust and broaden his appeal.
Against that backdrop of falling trust in media generally.
Exactly. That 2024 Gallup poll showed only 32% of Americans really trust the mass media. So his admission, the reaction on X, as the source noted, is divided, right? Some see it as genuine growth, like good for him.
And others?
Others see it as opportunistic, maybe citing his past controversies, like during COVID. So it really highlights this polarization, doesn't it? How we interpret public apologies or shifts depends so much on our existing views. Big questions about accountability.
Definitely a complex situation.
Ooh.
Okay, one last one for the political economic section. @Jack Posobiec posted about President Trump.
What's the news there?
He's announced the return of the presidential fitness test in public schools. Remember that? It's been dormant since 2012.
Oh, yeah, I remember doing that as a kid. The shuttle run, the sit-ups.
Exactly. The goal is apparently to tackle declining youth health. And it's going to be administered by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The mix of things. You've got politics, public health, and sports culture.
How so?
Well, note who was at the White House event. WWE's Triple H, Paul Levesque.
Triple H?
Yeah. It's a clear move to bring in influential figures from outside politics, leveraging that kind of celebrity power for policy. And it fits a pattern, right? This administration engaging with sports to shape cultural talk.
Like the stances on transgender athletes' college sports.
Exactly. Plus, the fitness test itself, it had critics back in the day, didn't it? For being too competitive, maybe not purely focused on health for everyone.
Right, more about performance.
So bringing it back kind of reflects a return to maybe more traditional values around vertical prowess, competition. It's a policy move, but it's also a cultural statement.
Fascinating intersection. Okay, wow, we've covered a lot of ground.
We really have.
We just took a deep dive into this whirlwind from July 31st, 2025. And it's amazing how the daily buzz on X, these short posts, connect to these huge themes: tech, culture, economics, politics.
Yeah, from a wizard's birthday sparking thoughts on immortality to job stats reflecting big economic debates. Each post is like a little window, isn't it?
A window into our collective conversation. We've seen how adding that context totally transforms a quick tweet into something much richer. You see the nuances, the different angles.
The surprising connections you definitely miss just scrolling.
So looking back at all these different threads from just one day, what really stands out to you? What's the through line, maybe?
That's a good question. Maybe.
Consider this provocative thought for everyone listening.
Mm-hmm.
How much do these tiny everyday moments on our digital feeds, these micro trends, actually end up shaping the big stories, the macro narratives of our world?
Like, are we building our reality tweet by tweet?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And if so, what does that mean for how you consume information? How do you make sense of your own times when it's coming at you in these fragmented bursts? Something to chew on.
Definitely something to think about. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. Keep exploring, keep asking questions.
And we'll be back to unpack more next time.